Hello everyone, Teacher Natalie here, the EdTech Wizard. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about the 4 different class types you can offer through Outschool. So when you're going to create your class listing for Outschool, you have 4 different options: a one-time class, multi-day class, ongoing class, or flexible schedule class. Before I jump into explain these types of classes, let's talk about your schedule. So on Outschool, you get to pick how long your class is. Is your class going to be for 20 minutes up to an hour? You get to choose how long your class is. You also get to choose the time of day you want to teach your class. In the morning, afternoon, evening classes, that is up to you. Now that plays a factor in when you pick your class type, how you're going to schedule out your classes. The first one we're going to talk about is our one-time class. This class meets for one time over live video chat. You set up the meeting, all your students sign up, and you teach a class one time and it's over. You're going to get paid for this class you taught a week later on the day you taught it. So if I taught a one-time class on Thursday, next Thursday, a week later, I will get paid for that class I taught. So one-time class is straightforward, pretty easy. A multi-day class can meet for one time a week up to 7 days a week. You get to choose how many times a week, and it is for several weeks. When you create a multi-day class, there are, I want to say, subcategories. You cannot see or choose any of these subcategories. It's based on how long your multi-day class is. These subcategories are a camp, a short course, or a semester-long course. Again, these subcategories depend on how long your class is. Now you get to pick how many days a week you meet for class, and then the week length determines this subcategory. So a short course can meet 1 to however many days in a 1 week, and your class is 2 to 7 weeks long. That is considered a short course. Now a camp meets 2 times or more in 1 week. So this multi-day class is only 1 week, but meets 2 to more times in 1 week. A semester course meets for 1 to 7 days a week. You choose how many days you want to meet in that week. Could be 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 2 days, 1 day a week, and it is for 8 weeks or longer. That is considered a semester course. Now you don't have an option to pick, I'm going to do a short course, but based on the amount of weeks you set when you create your class, you're going to set, I'm going to meet this many times a week for this many weeks. Then Outschool already automatically puts it into, oh, this is a short course category. So when parents go to search for a class, they can type in short course, and classes with that length of time pop up. If they type in semester classes, then semester classes that are for 8 weeks or more are going to start popping up. Now when you get paid, it is the same as a one-time class. You are going to get paid a week after your class starts. Next is our ongoing class. Now ongoing classes do not have a set end date. They are ongoing. They could go for as long as you want. They could never end. You could have this ongoing class for 3 months. It could go for a year. It could go forever. There's no set date for an ongoing class. Now an ongoing class, you also get to choose how many times a week you want to meet. Once a week, 3 times a week. And when you create your days you want to meet, it's going to be for the same day, same time, week after week after week, for all ongoing and multi-day classes. So if you have an ongoing class, it's going to meet Monday, 2 o'clock, once a week, every Monday at 2, you're going to have the ongoing class. Maybe it meets 3 times a week at 2 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every week, that ongoing class is going to meet. Now, ongoing classes, students can jump in when they want to. So maybe one week you have 3 learners, the next week maybe you have four learners, another learner joined you, and that's fine. Parents pay bi-weekly subscription. So when you list your class, that price you see should be the price for the whole week. So if you only meet once a week, maybe it's $10 for a 20-minute session. If you meet 3 times a week, the price is going to be a little higher. And parents pay that weekly. So it's a weekly subscription to your class. Now, you're probably thinking, what good is an ongoing class if it never ends? Like, what am I going to teach? So ongoing classes are good for lessons that do not build on one another. They're just individual lessons. So when learners do jump into your class, or you might have students leave, they don't need the knowledge of the previous class to continue with this class. They're just started. So this is good for, I've seen preschool circle time classes. You're going over the calendar, days of the week. I didn't need to know what happened in class last week in order to join this class. I've seen letters, going over a letter a week, math, going over a number a week. Ongoing classes are a great option just so long as it is individual classes. I don't need to have prior knowledge of previous classes to enjoy and participate in this class. Our last class type is a flex class or flexible schedule class. Now these classes, they do not meet live over Zoom. Instead, it is pre-recorded. So your class, you're going to post in the Outschool classroom a pre-recorded video of your lesson, and then throughout the week you're going to continue your lesson through activities, classroom discussion. You do not meet your students live. Now, flexible schedule classes have to be a minimum of 4 weeks long, so you can ensure you get the proper student engagement and interaction that class needs. A flexible schedule class is not a student-paced class. You cannot post a video for your students to watch and assignments and that's it. You cannot do that. Flex classes are still held to that high standard of I need to be engaging and have engaging content and lessons for my students. Now you're probably thinking, how do I engage my students when I don't see them? So ways you can engage your students is through classroom discussions through the Outschool classroom. You're posting discussion questions for students to respond to and talk to each other. You want that student interaction as well as you are jumping in on those conversations too. If you are working on work, students can share their projects for the rest of the class to see what they have been working on. And you can have interactive activities using other sites. Now it is okay to use other sites to bring in activities as long as students do not need a login. Example of this is I've used Nearpod in my classes. And Nearpod is a great and fantastic interactive tool to present lessons and get those engagement activities and games into your lesson. So I give students a code and they type in their code through the Nearpod app or just straight from their computer. They can click a link and access that lesson. They did not need to log in, they just needed access to the link or the code. Throughout your classes, make sure you are setting deadlines for your students to complete work. So an example of this would be, say you post your lesson on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday you are having discussion questions about the video, what they learned, you're having activities for them to do, and then maybe you have a project at the end of the week, a small project. and that is going to be due Thursday or Friday. That way you have time to look at it, give feedback, and other students can share their work and give feedback as well. When you write your class description for Flex class, make sure you put Flex or flexible schedule in your title so parents can search by Flex scheduled classes, and it's already there in the title, so they know it's a flexible schedule class and it will not be meeting live. As well as in your description box of your class, make sure you put this class is not meeting live, so parents know for sure that they won't be seeing you live. It's going to be pre-recorded videos. Also in your description box, make sure you describe very clearly how you will be engaging with your students. So whether that's going to be, I'm going to have discussion questions that students can discuss with one another as well as me, the topic we're covering. This could be outside activities where they'll do this activity and then we can talk about it in the classroom. Make sure in your description box of your class that you are describing all of the ways your students will be able to interact with you, and engage with other students, so they still get that interactive feel of a classroom, even though you're not meeting live. Again, Flex Schedule is not a student-paced class where you hand them the material and say, here you go, have at it. You still need all of those engaging and wonderful discussion opportunities with your class. I hope I was able to describe the 4 different types of classes that you have on Outschool. You have a one-day class, ongoing class, multi-day classes, and the flexible schedule classes. And it's always good to have a variety type of classes that you offer so you can attract different learners. Thanks for watching, everyone. Down below, make sure to comment on what is your favorite type of class to teach on Outschool. I would love to hear. And thank you for watching, and subscribe for more content like this. See you next week, guys.